MSNBC's Joe Scarborough called out Rudy Giuliani for accusing special counsel Robert Mueller of running a tainted investigation of President Donald Trump and his campaign. Giuliani said the former FBI director was overseeing the most corrupt investigation he had ever seen, and said the president would not sit down with Mueller until he could prove the probe was legitimate, and the Morning Joe host was flabbergasted. It would be breathtaking if he had not beclowned himself such a long time ago, Scarborough said. He will tell you that he's been knighted by the Queen of England. The Queen of England would probably tell you she wishes she could have her knighthood back. Then he called Giuliani's bluff and started a lengthy rundown of every Trump campaign officials who has pleaded guilty to or been indicted on charges in the Mueller investigation, along with a list of ethical violations by administration officials. Since Rudy mentioned most corrupt, let's look at some examples of corruption, Scarborough said. After about a year and a half in the White House, here is a snapshot of Donald Trump and his administration that Rudy Giuliani is claiming to be this moral beacon for the rest of the world. 4 top campaign officials have pleaded guilty so far, along with another plea by a campaign associate, and Trump's former campaign chairman is currently jailed on various felony charges, and Mueller has also indicted 14 Russian nationals and 3 Russian companies. Yeah, that's what you call corrupt, Rudy, Scarborough said. He compared Trump's personal character to Mueller's, and shamed Giuliani for defending the president against a man who had dedicated his life to public service. Robert Mueller was fighting in the jungles of Vietnam while Donald Trump was graduating from an Ivy League university, on the same day that dozens of Americans were killed, Scarborough said. We know who is corrupt here. We know who is not corrupt here. We just want to thank you for reminding us of all the corrupt things the guy that you're shaming yourself for has engaged in over the past year and a half, he continued. Here is the amazing thing, it's only a year and a half. Rudy, you know how things get when somebody is out of power. Can you imagine what we're going to find about Donald Trump when he's out of the White House?